Just trying to reset the mic gauge here. There it is. Making sure I can see what volume it is. Turn it up a little bit there. That looks a little bit too much. Down a little. All right. Now it's a little bit loud, but there we go. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my sinuses. So again, it's trying to tell me it's an infection, but when I go outside, my sinuses open up. When I go inside, my sinuses clamp shut. I got 2 air purifiers running in there. I started cleaning up, so maybe that'll help. So my back is like drenched with magnesium oil, and there's no way to gauge what that's doing. So I need those steroid shots so I can stop that part of it. Well, because the back has to firm up a certain amount. From what I can tell is my back's trying to save my right leg from being, powered down, and it's actually sacrificing the left. I had it released, both of them, almost co-equally, and my legs were just, almost the same. What's happening is it's spasming and cramping, so it like tightens up to adjust, and then it doesn't stop. It just keeps going, and then that starts pulling on all the root nerves, or nerve roots. I mean, right? So there's no way to gauge where this is going to be when it's done, but theoretically, it's doing what the surgery is going to do. It adjusts in and pulls the bone off the nerve. Right? This is where I was supposed. This is actually where I was supposed to be 4 years ago. This is how this was supposed to play out, and then I could figure out what was going on, and wouldn't have stayed, I guess, cramped. I guess I was cramped the whole time to a certain degree. So again, I mean, I have no idea what the damage is at this point. I mean, I had it all released and it wasn't too bad, except for the legs being weak. So, right. Just standard for this. But it was nowhere compared to when I got an epidural in Naples. I got to the point where I couldn't barely walk. Oh, I feel some weakness. It's not like majorly. Low, 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 low. Okay, there it goes. I don't know what's going on. It's just it disconnected for some reason. So like I turned around and the woman's taking her trash out, but I looked at her and said it's disconnected for a certain reason. All right. So again, with the spasming, so what it's doing is my back, it's like tightening and loosening, but now it's not doing it to the crunch factor. It's just tightening, loosening, tightening, loosening. It's probably some of the muscles inflamed and whatnot. So there is a possibility that even though I could schedule surgery, I could be more comfortable if this thing would land somewhere adjusted well. But I have to get these muscles to calm down. How you doing? Pretty soon it'll be 70 degrees, it says. This week, yeah. Well, I got to drop some weight, so got to make sure that this gets somewhere with my walk. But it is still intermittently cramping up. What happened to the volume on my thingy? Hello. Okay, there we go. Got to reset it, I guess. I had some headphones on. So Amazon is delivering the resin incense burner, I think, a day early. Yeah, I ended up getting off my Allegra. Again, it's just I got to build the system. So that could be what's it takes a few days to build that back up. I don't remember how many days I was off that. With this back thing, I focus on that so much. Yeah, this is possible 4 years ago, obviously. So again, I don't know what happened because I had it at least released with just massage and magnesium oil. Yeah. So I'm not sure what went on there. Then the epidural helped out a little bit, and we're still in the window of the epidural beginning to work. Then I'll receive some shots in the upper back to hopefully stop that tightening and loosening so they can adjust in to where they need to be. Essentially, if I relax the right from being too tight, then the left generally picks up. But then both sides start doing something crazy, so I hit it with magnesium oil. Theoretically, it's just a lower reaction to the lower lumbar, but it starts including, because it keeps pulling on everything. Everything else is a chain reaction. So my neck starts tightening up. I was a little nervous because I was, those kind of, what were those? I don't know, the volume thing went out again. I think the volume keeps dropping on this thing. It's always hacking me, probably. My hearing's going, yeah. Well, because, when you have sinus stuff, you have stuff around your... It just did it again. As soon as I turn it up, and then it turns down on itself. my head... So, see, there, just did it again. It's always hacking me. Has to be. So, you get those like stuff. You get weird things around your eyes, or like my ears fill up. The average thing. This is just so aggravating because I have the volume up and now it'll drop. Test. Oh, it's still up. essentially, 4 years ago, they said the nerve was on the bone was on the nerve. So what happens is when it tightens up, when both sides start tightening up, they cramp up to like, just unbearable. And I think it's because it just the muscle's just unhealthy. It needs to heal, which is what the steroid's designed to do. But I mean, the leg definitely picks up, both legs. So that's a sign. Surgery is the surgery should. What is doing that? Now it's full up. Is that trying to control it? Can't be. Let me test. Now when I turn it up, there it is. And eventually it's going to turn it down. Yeah, I'm definitely being hacked here. Definitely being hacked here. So I'm gonna have to like clean the cookies, different browser. I don't know. I mean, this is information that people should receive. And like people are like mum about a lot of stuff when you go from like medical treatment for serious stuff because they, I don't want to over advise you and get myself in trouble is where a lot of people are. Again, I had some information, but I couldn't apply it. They had gotten too far into my life. All I had to do is stay away and things would have been normal. But yeah, they didn't want me to get married. The worst thing for them would be that I marry a massage therapist. Not saying I was going to marry one of my massage therapists, just saying, like in their mind, when they try to calculate all that could happen off of this. Well, I'm hoping that my left will pick up my leg a little bit more than it is, at least. Because it's totally relaxed. And, at a certain stage of the game, that's what you want. Just for a lower lumbar issue. Right. Well, I decided I needed to eat something because I took my Allegra and didn't eat anything. And sometimes you can't absorb that stuff till you eat. Let this cool over here. So I got some trash out today. I definitely woke up with a focus to clean the apartment, and I took a 10-foot, or I guess about a 15-foot by 6-foot area, cleaned it, and then that's going to happen again here shortly. So again, not sure what the administration's doing, but what it's going to do is make people uncomfortable. Some of what's going on. You don't want people uncomfortable. Well, markets and everything. Well, people have money. They don't speak out. Because their life is good. And they don't want somebody coming messing up their life. Right. Yeah, I lived the same way for a while. Right. They started taking me out again. Right. Well, they'll just move their money. You won't pay anything. And we just went through that with the tariff. They sold off some stock. Market went down. President Trump reversed some of that decision. Market went back up. They reinvested. They essentially sent a message without saying anything. All they had to do is let me have a normal life. And I wouldn't even be saying anything. They're obsessed with me not being a heterosexual. Somebody was paying him, no doubt. Supposed to eat with your medicine anyway. I forgot about that. All right. The Viagra. So again, because the medical system here is taking care of me, like I never felt taken care of at all in Texas, and for whatever it's worth. I mean, it got me where it did, but I think it kind of. Something said they got the nudge to get rid of me. So I went outside, and now my sinuses are clear. This is weird. Or clearing. I have no idea why I didn't go to pain management other than they probably operated me not to. I know somebody like ripped into me from a doctor's office. I apologize if something I said or did was wrong. At that point, it kind of did change a little bit, not as overt. Well, spraying your back with loads of magnesium oil is going to weaken how you walk anyway. Well, it also dumbs down the neurological impulse. It's like a natural muscle relaxer. So I have to get it all to calm down, get it all to repair. It's definitely, that left muscle is definitely repairing. It's not having that twitchy feeling as much and all that. That's usually when it's cramped and it destroys a muscle and then it lets go, it kind of has a tingly, twitchy feeling. And then that means it's starting to heal. It's starting to get the messages and all the stuff, the nutrients. So again, I wish I could have, woulda, shoulda, coulda. So I bought this, I think I told you, I bought this phone holder. It goes around your neck and then it has a pad that's just on your chest and then you connect it around you or something like that. But I got to the point where I built it and just put it over my neck. Put my phone in it for a second, and it drooped down, and the phone just went like way away from me. I couldn't see it; it was facing the other way. Like, where's the adjustment? So they built it I guess I did tell you to remember this part. They built it like a GoPro mount system. So you have those knobs to tighten it on two of the hinges. That last hinge where the phone sits, there's no tightening knob. And they should at least put some sort of tightening knob if they weren't going to use that system. It makes no sense to spend all that money. Just not warm enough for people to be out yet. I tell you, it's a lot to deal with to know that I could have released 4 years ago like this. And then I could have had my, again, it may have actually healed. Because I was walking a month earlier with no problem. I just, when I bent over and stretched, I may have just kinked the nerve and made everything go crazy. Right. Now everything's released and I don't have any tinglies in my eyes or my, I was like, I prayed to the Lord last night. And again, it may have actually been screwed up, you know? I'm like, Lord, I hope that's not neurology. I accept whatever happens, Lord, but please no. It was like my eyebrow and kind of over towards my ear canal. And I know I have a lot of, like my right side tissues, because my right side tightened up so bad that they're swollen, right, inflamed and swollen. So they need to relax and get it massaged, and the steroids should do that. And then my sinuses should start draining better out of the ear. No, like, this is what I'm saying. If I could have got to this point, I'd have known for sure whether I needed surgery right away or not. My head would have been clear. Thank you, Larry. And then, no, I wasn't fully released all that time. Now, I did leave the one people and go to someone else, but that's, I think, intentional. But what the part that's weird is I was still seeking treatment in Colorado. By the time I got to Oklahoma, I couldn't think of it. I couldn't get anywhere. All right. I mean, I looked online and bringing a massage therapist into the home and have it done that way, but I kind of decided against it. I kind of avoided it, I think, at that point. How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
We're looking at 70 degrees, they say, next week.
Oh, yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah. Let me hear. I'm healing something there. I started yelling, "Dyke, Dyke." I don't know who put that on, and I don't know what their thing is. No, it's released enough that I know that I doubt it's. I think it's from having shit in my ears, and because it's on the right side, and like my left sinus is wide. This is how I know, almost for sure. My left sinus is wide open. My right is closed. And it's only on the right side. And then the tissues over there are screwed up. I know that. Now, if I could have got released, got it all released, we could have figured out something. Probably would have spoke to my brother and just hightailed it east. It's like I couldn't say anything. It's just weird because there's a spell. This can't be only like physical or even psychological. This is the part where Satan confuses everything. All right. No, I think 4 years ago it may have worked. I'm not going to poo-poo it because it could happen this time, but I don't think there's enough adjustment left to make that work. Got my yarmulke on. It's a big yarmulke. I'm sure they'll say it's a kufi or something, but it's not. It's a yarmulke. It's one of the big yarmulkes. Well, I couldn't find the hat I wanted to wear. I just bought a baseball cap. So I figured Hashem wanted me. A lot of people wear this, and it's not a kufi or a yarmulke. Right? It's just a kind of a beanie type of thing they wear these days. Right. I must feel kind of walking down by the offices, which I haven't really done that much. I don't know. It reloaded on its own. Okay, so there are some cues coming up. You see how I said that? Trying to figure out if I seek after a sign, it's not for myself, so I'm not sinful. Okay, RAV4, 396 PRG, P, friend, R, G, could be like G Money, somebody at rank. Then it says XLE, former law enforcement. And all-wheel drive, that means something, I'm sure. Name might be Joe. Nove, November, Nova. I don't know. Kenny Thomas. Thomas was a CSO. Kenny was a fugitive supervisor, at least when I left. Larry. Or actually a city cop too, right? Was he city? Yeah, he was a city sergeant detective. So it could be a former detective. But I don't know. Healed. Rafah. No, the whole thing that I'm doing is shocking. I've been going through some of these things in my life, but again, why didn't I get to pain management? And actually, that's probably what I needed in Santa Fe. I wasn't in, you know what I mean? Right. Because they kept stalking me and putting me out. I just gave my neighbor my Gatorade, extra Gatorade. When I was sitting in there sick, I would order something, and the tracking on that stuff is the greatest. So they'd replace it with something that I didn't want. All right. One had sugar, I didn't want sugar, and the other one was citrus, lemon, lime, and no way. Yeah, right now, more limited normally would be. I mean, even beyond the normal, because that magnesium. But I have to up on the cramping. My right side tightened up. I know what's is. It's in, I don't know, just be affected by it, but when this thing triggers, that's it. Right. If you're inflamed, you can get all sorts of triggers that aren't real. Your body just starts tightening up because it's irritated. No, back. It was horrific. I got it to release without massaging it. I'm gonna go grab some. Yeah, it feels so much better. So, boy, it's just scary. Again, Hashem says this is why Hashem is mad. There was no need for the last 4 years for me to go through this issue. Yeah, I used to do the gym. And that me well. And a mail guy went by. I'm like, I forgot about my mail. I'm dealing with some vacuum. So focused on that, I forgot about my mail. Right. I don't know, not that I get a ton of mail, but I'm glad I saw you. I got a bunch of. Test, test, test. Yeah, it keeps something's going wrong with it. Got no idea what it is. I mean, it could be a signal. Let me see if my IP thing is on. I closed out a lot of stuff there. I'm gonna try to look. All right, so now I have the VPN on. See if that helps. It's just the VPN doesn't work with Amazon. So in my mind, like my brother doesn't like when I do this, but he has to understand. He's not in my position. If he was, he probably would. I just assume I'm going to need surgery, and if I don't, that's a give me, because I don't want to be discouraged. Because the deep state and the beast are in here trying to hype me up and then try to discourage me. Right. Or, I know that they'll it could lead to discouragement. So again, we expect to be healed. No, we will be healed, and hopefully we'll be healed, and that's it. This expectation. Right. Well, I think it's greedy to expect it. No, I mean it's very difficult to stay focused when they're doing this to you. But I think in the long run, I'm trying to figure out what this helicopter is. I think it's an law enforcement. Looks like it's law enforcement. Then we got a Cessna over here. That's pretty close. Closer than I've ever seen it. Right. And maybe you're doing some sort of exercise. I don't know. Right. Shouting maybe, but it could be like a lifesaver thing. Vax could be a medevac. Dazos for medevacs. At least I think they do. I'm gonna get my keys so I can go look at my mail. Yeah, I would hope that in my mailbox is a letter from the VA awarding me everything. Believe me, if I'd even gotten a $300 raise, it'd have been a lot easier for me to make decisions, and I probably wouldn't be injured. I wouldn't have injured myself like that. But again, they were willing me down, so it's probably 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Somehow they're able to turn this down when I turn it up. I wonder if the app needs to get updated. No, I definitely need to get out. Honest. No, I really don't think the left side of my body is supposed to be that limp. They're double jointed and stuff. They're violent, especially at my age. Idea is what I'm hoping for with pain management, but it'll adjust in to a point where I'm more comfortable at managing. You know, I get some more MRIs, and I still got another MRI I got to get. I haven't got the cyst looked at. That all fell apart. I used to get actually better health care and middle of the night emergency rooms because they would, and I get tests that like normally wouldn't get. Because I used to have like the stomach thing that we thought could be something else. Gee. And then head cats don't anywhere else. Right. Your family doctor is probably not going to do that. Right. Oh, but like I don't overly use my medical care at all. Right. Oh shoot! Yeah, I got all this stuff in here. Yeah, I've got the. You know, Case needs to have the early payday, and they'll pick up a lot of people. Ugh. No logistics. Yeah, it would be nice to have gotten to this point in my 50s, right? This is a return to sender. This woman used to live here, Daniela A. Riley. Do I have to? Like maybe he'll do it. He's still over here. This is a return to sender. Do I have to put that on there, or can you? Okay, yeah. I guess she used to live where I live. Thank you. No, I couldn't see what they were doing. I even know, even though I saw what they were doing, I couldn't see how it was affecting me. I mean, obviously, they whittled away at everything that was healthy. Gym, massage, they even cursed my Epsom salt bath. And the water kept running over. That's another reason I got out of there, because I guess I should have said something to the mechanic. See, you can't even like get to that point. I mean, the maintenance. Say, well, maintenance has got to make sure that doesn't happen, because if they clean out the drain, then it doesn't run over. No, your tub's not supposed to overflow. And I just like, it was like a spell. I just fall asleep. And Chase wants to give me up to $900, but they don't have early payday, and in my life, that's an important thing. Yeah, my left side of my body is just like whoop, and my leg is like bloop. But again, because the right side's holding a little bit of tension, it's confused, I guess, or too much tension, I guess. My bank is trying to tell me this is a good deal for phones. I'm like, what? Says it's a perk from being in their bank, and I'm thinking nothing perky about that, right? I'm actually a little too warm with this thing now. Now, yeah, I got to look at the other ones. Well, because it's a magnetic mounting system, and I really like it, but the mounts are cracking all the time. I spent enough money on these things. Well, like I said, the goal of the pain management is to have the tissues heal so they don't overly cramp. And what they'll do is they'll tighten up comfortably, hopefully, and then make my legs a little bit more stronger, evenly, and just a certain amount. Right? And then that'll make it easier for me to move around. Like my left one right now is just way too relaxed. Now I was figuring out what it was doing, which is scary, because if I would have figured this out, I wouldn't have allowed it. My lower, like where the L2 is, it's like cramping up, and I guess pulling up on that lower lumbar, right? Which I hope didn't kill the L2. Right. You notice I'm not as concerned with government now. That's Hashem, because I've gotten forward a certain amount. I mean, you take my life down a certain way, and Hashem will respond. All you had to do is let me live my life. I mean, of course, you owe me, but oh, that's nice. Look, I just walked inside. Now let me go back outside. Let me make sure the heat's not on. That could cause. Dust mites. No, it doesn't look like it's on. I forgot to confirm my return. All right, so actually that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, what are these things called? How's this melon? Hmm. This one, $8.99. Got to try it, right? Let's see what they say. Oh, wait. Not meant to hold your phone with case on, just tilts. Well, maybe $8.99 for a reason. Same problem I just had with the other one. Okay, what's this one? Oh no, it looks like it's kind of long. What was that, magnetic? Yeah, I don't. I like the. Oh, it's like a sticky or something. Uh, Another one. Yeah, it's like I held my phone in my right hand and my back went into a death grip. I took it out, put it in my left hand, now let go. So again, there's it's irritated or something, right? So I need to hit it with steroid, get it massaged, let it heal. I mean, like I said, 4 years ago, this is supposed to be coming up in my head. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, something says, especially since you were in the Rothman system, it should have been something should have been pinging. Right? Okay, so why do we return this? Why do people return it? They're too flexible, I guess. I guess I'll stay with what I have and just let it wear out. I have a few of them. Where is this thing's really going to come today? It keeps moving the time that it's going to be delivered. Deep State might be playing a game because it's a day early, actually. I think it is. That's what they do, tease you with a day early delivery and then not deliver it. But I guess they shouldn't do that. No, I got what I'm trying to do is get my legs working enough to say exercising. I've got to drop weight. I'm just too heavy. So, and I got to get out of the apartment because I can't. Like right now, sitting in a chair or in a van would be a little bit uncomfortable. But if I don't use the magnesium oil like that and relax that muscle, overly relax it, then it cranks up and causes a mess. Well, because what's happening is the right and the left are competing, it looks like. And one tightens up a little, the other one tightens up a little, and the other one tightens up a little, and the other. So, again, I think it's just irritated and confused. And of course, the harassment, that's what could lead to that. Oh, see that dog? One of those little toy dogs. They bark the worst. Yeah, I did a little study this morning on what cities have most people. It doesn't really fit Republican or Democratic Party states. So I'm not sure exactly where that would be. Headphones on. Actually, I got like an amazing on fluticasone. Something said check CVS. I'm like sick
thank God.